All right. What's up, guys? Mancake here with the number 1 pick with the New Jersey Nets. Am I going to take John Wall or is it going to be Evan Turner? There really was no question. It's going to be John Wall. Not what I really need at the moment, but I can't pass up that superstar potential. Should be interesting to see how these other picks pan out. Always hope to make a draft class that even the computer, predicts will be the same as what they're predicting right now. And there you go. First 4 picks are as planned according to the ESPN mock draft right now. That's pretty impressive. Nonetheless, some interesting picks to say the least, but pretty happy with these results so far, and people are somewhat going where they should be, and pretty good draft. And we're going to go ahead and watch this. Patrick Patterson, pretty decently overall rated power forward, going pretty late. I like that pick for the Nuggets. And Ed Davis falling to 14. There's just a lot of people. One person I did not expect to fall so far was Wesley Johnson, falling to number 15 with the Suns, but he'll fit in perfectly. And even Gordon Hayward getting in on the action in that late first round, or mid to late first round there. And just loving this draft. Looking forward to it a lot in real life. But good results, I guess. And I should have another pick here. And I hope there's somebody decent left. I could use some more depth at my big positions, either center or power forward, and certainly need some small forwards. But I'm hoping free agency might pay off. You never know. Might find LeBron James there. We'll see. But on the clock again, beginning of the second round, and see a couple guys here. Manny Harris, a Michigan man, coming out early. I like his game, but a former Michigan man in FK Udo, and he is certainly a potential player. He's pretty good defensively and a great rebounder, and he's a little bit old, but he could add some depth. And he transferred from Michigan, but I still love his play style. I think I'm gonna have to take him. Great depth, and I'm gonna try and I don't really want to watch the rest of this, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and sim to the end, and move on to free agency. Got to sign these picks, of course, and got to make sure I get John Wall nice and paid and happy, and that is exactly what I'm going to do, and make sure he knows he's gonna be a starter. And that leaves some interesting offseason moves for me to be making still. FK Udo, he's gonna be an interesting player. He's really highly overall rated for a second round player, and I like it. But time to sign some free agents, and let's hope there's somebody good. And Carlos Boozer is the only really good player available. I don't really know. I'm just kind of browsing. Luis Scola, not a bad man. Pretty solid overall. Ben Wallace, aging, but still decent. But, not really what I wanted here. And my roster is going to be a little bit depleted if I don't add somebody, even if it's at a position of depth already. And I think I'm just going to have to offer Carlos Boozer, even though it might be a max deal, just so that I can have him for trade value. I don't think Shempy would allow me to keep him. He just hates Carlos Boozer with a passion in this game. Nonetheless, we all know Carlos Boozer is a beast in real life, considering he's undersized. He's still a really good player, but I don't really know who else to get here. I need some depth. I've got a potential shooting guard and point guard matchup, or combination, as you could say, that is amazing. But then again, I could trade not John Wall. I certainly wouldn't do that. But Devin Harris, I've worked on all season, and his overall is much higher through drills, and obviously he progresses in the off season. I could get a decent player for him, so I gotta at least back up the get some depth at that shooting guard, and I gotta find a small forward at least. And I'm gonna go with Darrell Wright. I don't want him to start ideally, but he has some good depth, and he can do a lot of things offensively. And I gotta pay him a little bit extra for that hair. Gotta pay for some good hair, and I don't know if you see it. It's pretty ridiculous, but. As far as shooting guards go, I really like players that can come off the bench and just light it up and go off. And I already knew J.J. Redick would be available this offseason, and nobody really picks him up just because his overall is bad. And, I'm going to pay him just to do what I need him to do, and that's, come off the bench for 10 minutes and put up some quick points. And I'm going to give him 3 years and make sure he sticks with this team. Should be a good pickup. I can't believe how many times I've honestly just let the computer simulate these training camps. It's really important to do this, especially when there are certain areas you can really improve your players. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and put Brook Lopez through the big man defense training camp, and that'll just make him even better forced down low. He's obviously really good on defense at this point, but he needs to get better, and especially if he wants to be become a championship caliber center, which he already is. But we need some better players on this team, and obviously I'm going to improve John Wall's shooting. That's one of his weaknesses at this point in his career, and I've got some options for these last training camps, but I'm going to go ahead and improve Devin Harris' shooting as well. I've improved it all season, and this is only going to improve his trade value or his skill set as a shooting guard. But beyond that, I'm just going to improve the free throw since we're doing real free throw percentage, and that'll certainly help. My shooting ability will only be affected by these stats, so definitely going to improve that. Alright, I'm sure you expected this. I've got a bunch of decently rated shooting guards, and I don't think Devin Harris is properly suited for shooting guard. I mean, he'd be better served as a point guard on another team. Why not just throw a random deal out there for Danny Granger in a position of need? Let's see what they say. Let's go ahead and pop this up. And they accept it 1 for 1. That really paid off. And obviously I've still got a ton of shooting guards, and I picked up Carlos Boozer, but I know Shempy won't let me keep him. And maybe I can combine a couple of these guys and just find an amazing deal for a superstar. We'll see what happens. These guys are young and have potential, and Boozer is certainly a great player by this game standards, and he is in real life, but not something Shempy likes, and I can't do it. Why not go for Chris Bosh? And I need some depth at the big position. You can never go wrong there. And I had Nesterovic there, and I tried for Joey Dorsey, but unfortunately the salaries don't match up, and very close though, so I can take on a little bit more cash from them. And I've just traded away Devin Harris, so I might as well pick up a little bit of extra point guard depth, see what I can get with that. And looking for the ideal point guard with a short contract, and Banks fits it perfectly. Why not offer this trade? And they offer me a counteroffer with a second-round pick. I would have expected a first-round pick. I am taking this trade. Chris Bosh, Brook Lopez at the 4 and the 5. Are you kidding me? Danny Granger at the 3? This couldn't have gone better. The only problem I have with my team now is, my backup point guards are okay. They're not amazing, and my shooting guard situation is pretty terrible. No offense to JJ or Courtney Lee, but they just don't have the total package I'm looking for. I mean, Courtney Lee's a good defender, but I'm going to have to get a little bit interesting here. I'm going to have to mix this up, see what I can't do, and, I'd like to add some depth as usual, and I'd like to find a new shooting guard that I'm comfortable with, and why not go for Rudy Fernandez, some guy I've used for a long time and played with in my player even, just a solid player that I know how to use and I like. And, why not reach for Jared Bayless as well, just a great young backup point guard, and he could be a great backup point guard for a long time, but I'm going to have to give something up, and in that case, I'm going to give up E, and hopefully, why not just go for this? I mean, throw in Marcus Camby, giving up a veteran for a veteran, and a couple of young potential players for a couple young potential players. Let's see what they think. It's a decent trade, maybe a little bit better in my favor, but, whatever. And they accept. I'm loving this. Let's go check out this roster. It's completely revamped. New Jersey Nets have something to be proud of at this point. All legit trades. Got John Wall, Jared Bayless at the point. Amazing tandem there. Probably my weakest position will be the shooting guard with Rudy Fernandez and Redick. I'm going to have to develop some talent there through maybe another draft or a trade throughout the season. Obviously, Danny Granger, nothing needs to be said there. And obviously, Chris Bosh with a rookie backing him up, a defensive one at that. And then Brook Lopez with Marcus Camby backing him up. I'm loving it. Let me know what you guys think. New video soon with the game later.